apparently they wrote an article about this. A viral moment reinforces the hollowness of woke as an attack. Um, one of conservative writers Bethany Mandel's least disputable comments during her appearance on The Hill's streaming show Rising was a prediction she made as she fumbled a reply to host Brianna Joy Gray. This is going to become one of those moments that goes viral. And indeed, it was. One tweet sharing the video has been viewed more than 11 million times as of writing. I wonder what tweet that could possibly be. Let's check it out. The Vanguard. The fucking Vanguard, yours truly, shared this video. So obviously the actual credit goes to Brianna Joy Gray for this excellent moment as a television journalist. You know, there's a lot of ways Brie could have handled this. But the fact that she just let Bethany kind of hang herself over the course of that excruciating 50 or 60 seconds was a brilliant tactic. You know, she didn't cut in. She didn't, come and try to save her like Robbie ultimately did. She really let this moment linger. And like I said, kind of gave Bethany the rope to hang herself. And yeah, I think this was pretty hilarious.
Oh, it was magnificent, right? Yeah, and of course, hilarious that Bethany just comes out and manifests this horrible moment for herself, and serves her right after just using woke as again a hollow, bigoted attack, a dog whistle for any kind of thing that you don't like, any kind of fringe group that you think you can marginalize and throw mud at, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, one of the things we pointed out yesterday, and that we cut into a little bit of a longer clip, was I was talking about how Brianna Joy Gray, you can just tell that her law degree doesn't go to waste. She breaks this woman down like a witness on a stand, and just, you know what? It's like you put a dog shit witness up on a stand. What do? You ask them questions that they can't answer, right? Somebody's lying. The truth is going to come out if you just let them diarrhea of the mouth. And that's exactly what happens here. It's this is just one of those things that you can't fit into a 15-second soundbite. It's like, go ahead, take your time. Just absolutely beautiful, a magnificent, self-immolation is really the only way to put it, right? An own goal for this lady. All she had to do was accurately describe something that she'd apparently literally, quote unquote, wrote the book on, right? I mean, she's an author that's coming on here to promote a book where she talks about wokeness. You would think that you would prepare for that kind of a line of questioning, to be like, so in your mind, what is wokeness, right? And it took her like fucking, 18 hours to get up the gumption to put something up on Twitter to be like, this is what I actually meant to say. And it was like, all right, you can't go to the Google machine after you're fucking just get horribly tossed, just to get fucking rolled by yourself in an argument, and then put up a copy and paste thing about how this is like the most specific woke definition that you could think of. The fact of the matter is that she was completely outgunned. She had nothing. The emperor was without clothes, all those analogies. And yeah, it was just a beautiful thing to behold.
This is great. Let's replay it just in case anyone's just now tuning in and doesn't know what we're talking about. So let's quickly play this clip that went viral, and then we're going to take a look at the guest in question, Bethany Mandel's response, which just made the whole situation way worse, made her look even worse than she already does, which is hard to believe, but just wait, you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's play this real quick in case anyone's just now tuning in that doesn't know what's going on.
Americans consider themselves very liberal, and probably fewer of them consider themselves to be woke. And so, when we talk about traditional,
what does that mean to you? Would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So, I mean, woke is sort of the idea that this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral. I mean, woke is something that's very hard to define, and we've spent an entire chapter defining it. It is sort of the understanding that we need to totally reimagine and redo society in order to create hierarchies of oppression. It's hard to explain in a 15-second soundbite.
Yeah, look, time.
If Americans consider themselves.
Yeah. Oof. And yeah, just a complete showing of what really the conservative academics, conservative thinkers are. They're just con men. They're just individuals that are coming up here. They have no substance to their argument. They just don't like these people, and they're trying to find a way to make those people bad, right? They're trying to, and they don't want to come out here and say that because they know that's socially unacceptable. They know it's gauche to come out here and be like, well, we hate trans people, and we hate it when we give minorities rights, and we hate it when, the evangelical white population has less power in this country than they did a few decades ago. We hate that. But they can't come out and say that because that's massively unpopular, right? But what is popular is just broadly defining things that you don't like as woke.
Yeah, and the hilarious thing about this clip is that it's really not that hard to come up with the definition of the word woke, at least as far as the way a lot of people use it. Obviously, what you just laid out, Zach, I think is a accurate description for a lot of people that do overuse the term woke. But let's be honest. I mean, she could have easily just said, oh, when I say woke, I mean the culture of, political correctness, which has made it hard for people to say things that they believe, but may be societally unpopular. Like, there you go. Super basic. It's not that hard to come up with kind of just an innocuous definition on the spot. And this clip never would have gone viral. But the fact that she sits there and sputters for like a minute while Brianna just watches really does expose kind of the hollowness of the whole term, of the whole anti-woke movement. And it just kind of proves that a lot of these people that focus so much and obsess on this idea of woke culture really don't know what they're talking about and really don't have much of a sturdy foundation or really an ideology at all.
No, it's just a veil for prejudices, guys. That's what it is. It's just a veil for their, unabashed and really, like, it's not that they're ashamed that they don't like these groups. Like, they're proud of the fact that they don't like trans people and that they'll smear them all as groomers and people who want to victimize children, which is something that this lady's been known to do, right? They're proud of that. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to take that ideology that they know is nefarious and make it palatable to more people, make it salient to more people. So they have to try and tiptoe around the most like disgusting elements of it. So it's not like, I don't want people to be confused. It's not that she like probably doesn't believe like, oh, woke is just fucking all of these like X, Y, and Z racist, homophobic X, Y, and Z things. But she doesn't want to say that because then she knows that it would be off-putting to the larger audience that they're trying to attract. What's hilarious is that she thinks it's going to be less off-putting to just be like, oh, this is going to go viral. Damn it. I'm quitting. I want to jump off this stream as soon as possible.
And you guys might be wondering, after all of this online attention, has Bethany Mandel herself responded to this clip? Has she commented on this now viral clip that has millions and millions of views and basically the entire internet dunking on her? So let's check out Bethany's Twitter page. Here we go. Let's see what she's talking about. Still shilling her dumb book, Stolen Youth, How Radicals Are Erasing Innocence and Indoctrinating a Generation. Sounds like quite a read, Zach. We might have to do a Vanguard book club episode.
We're already indoctrinating a generation, Gavin. This lady's stealing our fucking idea.
So yeah, I'm sure this is a real insightful read. Make sure to pick up a copy, guys. But yeah, so she goes down here. She's shilling her dumb book. Officially a national bestseller. Wow. It looks like she did address the clip. She says, so everyone's seen my viral brain fart from Rising this morning. I can see why it went viral. Of course, for those who haven't, here it is. Go down. She says a bit of backstory. This is where it gets real funny. She tries to explain away this situation kind of by blaming Brianna Joy Gray in a really weird way. She says a bit of backstory. Just before we went on air, Brianna Joy Gray was on a hot mic. I heard her demeaning parenting in general in colorful and nasty terms, stating parents only have kids in order to perpetuate their own narcissism. Robbie responded, there are some good ones and some bad ones. She then goes on to add, as a mom of 6, including a newborn, this threw me off just a bit. Not an excuse, just a reality. I'm human. And then goes on to give her actual definition of wokeness, a radical belief system suggesting that our own institutions are built around discrimination, I wonder what would lead someone to that viewpoint. And claiming that all disparity is a result of that discrimination. It seeks a radical redefinition of society in which equality of group result is the end point enforced by an angry mob.
Based. Sign me up for a woke culture, baby. Let's rock and roll. I do have a radical belief that we have to have systemic change and a radical redefinition of societies. Ready to rock and roll, Gavin?
Yeah, complete idiocy. But the real funny part, it's one thing that she wasn't able to regurgitate this dumb definition on command as she should have been, given that she literally wrote an entire book on the subject matter. But the real funny thing is she tried to kind of justify or excuse her brain fart, as she put it, by blaming some weird off-color comments or jokes that Brie was making on a hot mic about how parents only have kids in order to perpetuate their own narcissism. Which, if that's even true, I'm not convinced that it is. If that even is true in the first place, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? You're going on the show to spread your message, to make your points, to talk about the direction you think this country is going in and how the youth are being fucking indoctrinated or whatever by radicals. Why does some random co-host on a show you're appearing on for the first time making a joke before you even show up? How does that distract you so much? It like just rattles your entire fucking nervous system to the point that you can't then state a definition of what you wrote an entire fucking book about. You can't even state a definition of what you base your entire ideology around. Give me a fucking break.
LOL, she needed a safe space, Gavin. She needed a safe space. This little snowflake needed a safe space. She, when I read this, I read, oh my God, I couldn't make the point of I couldn't synthesize the book I just wrote because I overheard somebody make a joke to their coworker. That's what I hear. Like, if this happened, I could totally see it happening, and I wouldn't begrudge Brianna Joy Gray for a second for making a humorous joke about how a lot of fucking like, you want to talk about people indoctrinating their kids? They're indoctrinating their kids with their own belief system all the time. That's what parents do. They're fucking like blah blah blah. Sure, she was probably mocking this lady. This lady deserves to be mocked. She went up there and demonstrated that she has absolutely no foundation for which she lays an argument on, right? It took her like 18 hours to come up with that bullshit definition that was like, yeah, in this country that was founded by slave owners and exterminated an indigenous population, a lot of these crazy people think that that's bad. Like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? What a joke. What an absolute joke. And I've seen a bunch of people dig up dirt about this lady. Like, apparently she wrote that article about how like we should start like befriending and sympathizing with neo-Nazis or whatever the fuck crazy article this lady was writing. So clearly not the brightest bulb or just a fascist. I think both. Jesus Christ. But yeah, really embarrassing. And yeah, what a lovely way to kickstart the week for the Vanguard.